Guys, so I am back today with a new video. I know it's late again. I'm kind of wanting to get these videos filmed earlier, but it's just not happening. I'm in the process of spring cleaning my house to try and get myself out of winter blues, and I forget that I also need to film a video until it gets dark, and then I'm like, oh, a video. So anyway, I have all my information here that I'm going to talk about, and the herb of the day is going to be catnip. So a lot of people associate catnip with the herb that you get to give it to your cats, and your cats go crazy and destroy our furniture and jump on the walls and everything like that, I guess. I don't know. They do weird things on it. But anyway, historically though, catnip was used for a medical purpose, and it was, I have my notes over here, so it was used for like diarrhea, gas, stomach pains, muscle spasms, and intestinal tract infections. So we haven't really talked too much about that one. We've talked a lot about urinary tract, but we have intestinal tract for your catnip. Now, there are different sites. Some say that it's a really safe herb to take as humans, adults, and other sites say it's another moderation herb. From my personal experience, I've drank quite a bit of tea made out of catnip, and it hasn't done anything to me negatively. The main thing that it'll do to you, as far as like side effects go, and I do have like a little tiny section on side effects, and this is for cats and for humans, both. So catnip can cause drowsiness, and it's a diuretic, so it can dehydrate you from making you urinate too much. So mainly that was the main side effect for catnip. So I would say if you're not drinking gallons and gallons of it, you should be fine. It can give you an allergy, so just kind of test it to see if you're allergic to it first, and it can give you an upset stomach and maybe some headaches. But other than that, it is really great for stress and anxiety, anti-inflammatory pain. It does take the inflammation out of the muscles in the joints. So if you have achy muscles or growing pains or anything like that, it's really great for that. You can also make this into like salves and lotions and things for topical wound care, dry skin. So all those type of things you can use that for as well. So I am going to talk quite a bit about catnip with children. So catnip is really good for calming colic, anxiety, insomnia, nervousness, stomach pain. It has been treated for children for colic for many, many years. So when I really started looking into the history of catnip versus what certain websites like WebMD, some of your mainstream websites were saying, like, oh no, it's not really good for you. Well, when I was looking into the history of it, it's been used for years. It was used in colicky babies. And you know, those people lived longer than we do. So I really, with all the research I've done, I really feel safe to give it to children. In fact, I give it to my kids. So there is a tea called a Calm Kids tea. I am going to link the recipe below and how you make it, but what it's going to have in is going to have chamomile, which I haven't done a video yet, catnip, and lemon balm. Those are the 3 ingredients in this tea. I also add hibiscus flower and like cranberries to it, like dried cranberries, and I make all my tea through a coffee pot. So I would just brew it like I was brewing coffee in a filter, and then just put a little bit of each thing in there, put your water in, you're good to go. That's how I do it. I don't steep it on the stove. Now, if you do steep it on the stove, it is going to have a little bit of a stronger type of taste, but I find my coffee pot gives the right amount of strength for me anyway. So you can also make a calming tincture, and I'm going to link that recipe down below too, but that's going to have 3 tablespoons of chamomile in a dry flower. So that flower is going to look like this. And then catnip, dry flower, lavender, and then hops. I don't actually have any hops. My health food store was out of it. I was going to grab some, but I wasn't able to because they were out. And I also have lavender. I'm going to do a video on lavender. Lavender is not my favorite herb. It gives me a really bad headache, so I don't really like lavender too much. I do use it for certain things, and I use it on my children. And then it's going to be in 2 cups of vodka, and then that is what's going to make your tincture. So the top 8 medical uses for catnip. One is going to be a pain reliever. So it really helps with headaches, migraines, toothaches, and other pain-related injuries. So you would take it in a tea form, and you can also make rubs and stuff. So it goes on topically if you have a lot of like joint pain and stuff, was what I was talking about earlier. And so the anti-inflammatory, it's really good to reduce swelling, arthritis, and soft tissues. It is a muscle relaxer. So this one, I really like the tea for this reason. Whenever I'm really sore, I will drink it before bed, and it helps me relax and helps me go to sleep. It's really works as a muscle relaxer, but it doesn't give you that like floaty buzz like an actual muscle relaxer would. So if you're looking for the buzz, it ain't going to give you that, but it will relax your muscles down enough for you to sleep and not be so achy. As well as in children, it's really good for growing pains. So if you have children with growing pains, giving them tea before bed will really help their growing pains. So it has been used for a long time to fight insomnia, either way, you know what I mean, and preventing nightmares. This is a really good one because there are some herbs like mullein and I don't know which was the other one, like St. John's wort and stuff like that. Some of those can give you nightmares. And let me tell you, your nightmares are off the wall. Like, it's crazy, the stuff that your brain comes up with. And so, drinking this before bed, it kind of combats the other tea that I drink throughout the day that is giving me really weird dreams and nightmares. I can say that they're nightmares. Some of them are just really bizarre, crazy, vivid dreams. I love to dream. I like vivid dreaming, but some of these dreams, let me tell you, like, they're crazy. I can't stress that enough. So preventing nightmares is always a plus. And then anti-anxiety. So it can really help with, nervousness, anxiety. It also helps with depression. It is an antibacterial, so it can be used to prevent infections in your wounds and your cuts. And then it's a digestive aid, so it soothes your upset stomachs and cramping, like time of the month type things. It's really good for that. And chamomile is too, which I don't want to get into chamomile because I haven't done a video on that yet. But between these two, time of the month tea, it's great for that. And then it's also an insect repellent. So to make an insect repellent, I haven't got the recipe for that. If I find one, I will link it below for you guys. But it is really good for that as well. And it also repels cockroaches and termites. So if you was to make it into a spray and spray that around the corners of your baseboards and in your cabinets, so for cockroaches and termites, putting it inside of your cabinets is really good. It's a really natural way not to use those harsh chemicals and kind of deter those bugs away. I've never had a cockroach problem or a termite problem, thank the Lord. But at the same time, I regularly, every few months, like maybe 3 to 6 months, spray all the perimeter inside and outside of my house, and I've never had that problem. But if you did have that problem and you want a natural way to alleviate or cut down on that problem, catnip is really good for that. So the smell of catnip, which I haven't really talked too much about the smell of these herbs, but I kind of like this one because it really has like an alfalfa smell. If you've ever had a rabbit or a guinea pig or anything like that and you feed them alfalfa hay, it really has that smell. So I think it kind of takes me back in my memories a little bit. So I really like the smell of catnip. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I don't want to make these videos too long because I feel like I start talking in a circle and I don't want to bore anybody. So as always, like I said in all my things, I also have a disclaimer down below. I am not a doctor in any way. This is just what I do for my family. And if you are on any types of medications, you definitely should talk to your doctor before going off of them or changing any habits that you currently have. Now, some herbs will change the effect of the pills that you take. So if you're really concerned and really want to stay on the pills that your doctor has you on, definitely be careful and maybe Google, can I take this herb with this medication, and kind of see what it says and go from there, or talk to your doctor. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will have another video up tomorrow on one of the 50 herbs that I have, and I will always be adding more to my collection. And if you haven't already, check out my other videos because I have already done, I think, like 3 or 4 videos now on the different herbs. I might do chamomile tomorrow. I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna do. Oh, and another thing that catnip also does is helps combat high fevers. So I was talking, I guess I'll go a little bit more into this. I was talking about how I was taking my son off of over-the-counter cough medicine, and I really was only giving him Tylenol as he needed it for fevers, and I haven't tested it out on a fever yet, but if you do want to test it out on a fever, I would definitely, and this is what I'm going to do, I would definitely keep an eye on the fever, make sure the fever is not extremely high, but if they have a low-grade fever that you would give them Tylenol for just to break it, maybe try catnip or either the tincture, or the tea, and see if you can't get that fever down with catnip. That way you wouldn't have to put an acetaminophen into your child. Now, like I said, if that fever does happen to get a little bit higher and it seems like it's going up, definitely I would give my kid Tylenol. The only reason that I really took the cough medicine approach is because with my son's health condition, he's taking lots and lots of cough medicine per his doctor's request, and I really wanted to see if I could kind of alleviate some of the over-the-counter stuff that I was putting into my son's body, and so far so good. We've been doing this several weeks now, and it's been great. Like, I give him cough medicine when he wakes up, which is what he has been prescribed, and then I give it to him before he goes to bed. Also, he's been prescribed, and it's great. Like, he pretty much sleeps through the night. He doesn't seem to have any coughing issues or anything like that, so it's really, really great. So with the research that I did on the catnip, I'm really excited to see if it will work on fevers, because that's really the only thing that we get other than coughing and fevers is really his big issues that we're working with right now. So if he does start getting fevers, I am going to definitely try it, and I will keep you guys updated on it. If I do happen to run into a fever and try it and it works, I will let you guys know in one of the other videos. But other than that, everything seems to be working really good with the cough syrup. If you haven't watched that video, I would definitely go down there and check it out. That cough medicine also has a cayenne pepper and a turmeric in it. So if you have any inflammation in your airways, it's really good for that. Plus with the honey base, it fights off infections. So definitely try that out, as long as with my elderberry syrup too. That was really good, and we've been using that, no troubles, and it's been great. So like I said, I don't want to make these videos too long. This is probably going to be my longest video in a while, but definitely I'll have those all linked below, as well as the tea and the tincture that I talked about tonight. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.